Good morning, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It is the Exo-Engineer here, and as per usual, I had a terrible idea. Yeah. Let's get to it. Watches. Yeah. There's not much to say about them. They tell you the time. That's great. It's not. They're boring. That's all I can say. I need to do something about them. And I will. As usual. So I discovered electric fly swatters are completely overkill. This is the size of the racket. This is the circuit. Tiny. In comparison. I also discovered that this is small in general. So I found a watch. Fitness tracker watch. Pretty crappy, honestly. But the watch part can come out. I also discovered that this is small enough to slot in there. And I have a 3D printer. You know what that means. A terrible idea. I already said it. Anyway, might as well. Okay, so over the past way too long, I designed this. It's those numbers up here. The width and the height are correct. The length, I've changed something, so that's about 69 millimeters long. So what I've done, batteries go in here in both sides. Oh, my mouse has gone weird. Stop it. In that, the battery goes in there on both sides. The circuit board of the electric fly swatter goes in this section here, in this little box here, and then the fitness tracker watch slides in here, in both these. And then I've got this that just hopefully press fits in place. If not, then I'll just glue it in place. I also have made I've already printed it, a watch strap that goes in between these two little bits here, with a pin that goes through, and then so a pin that goes through there on both sides, and it's a flexible watch band, and hopefully it'll work. It looks kind of strange. It doesn't look exactly like a watch, but it hopefully will work. This also, there's a little LED light on a little indicator light on the, I don't know if you can see that, the indicator light there, indicating the the circuit is on, and I've got a button which I need to just put on a long bit of wire so I can run that up from here up to my thumb, so I click it. And I'm thinking of having the terminals, instead of on the front here, simply have it on the back of the watch here. I'll probably just drill 2 holes in there depending where I want it when I'm done. And yeah, so I'll just print that solid, and I'll print this, and these 2 bits will go on top of this, and that'll pretty much be it. I have the 2 little, there'll be a bolt that goes in there and there to keep the batteries in place, and that's pretty much it. So I'll get that printed, and then I will assemble it, which is going to be fun. Hopefully I don't get electrocuted. I will. Yeah, fire up my printer and let's go. Alright, so back in my normal workspace, my bench behind me. Everything printed quite nicely. So I've got this here, the actual watch part of it there. I've got the top things that click onto there, and that goes on that side, like that. Everything has quite, well, yeah, has quite nice tolerance. The little watch thing fits in quite nicely. Still wobbles around a bit, but it works. Yeah, so I've got this. I need to cut off these wires here and resolder them back on. With the straps, I need to put them onto each side of that, which could be a problem, but now that I look at it. And yeah. Right, time to deal with this prick of a soldering iron. Okay, first things first. I need to cut off these little wires here so it fits through, where'd I put it? That hole in there. That hole for the wires. So the first thing I need to do, so I will do that now. And then I need to resolder it together with this, which is a pain because this thing doesn't work properly. Cut these off. I've color coded them so I know what goes back on where. Alright, so I'll cut those off. Now I need to feed it through. Wait first. I've got these wires here, I don't know, actually I do know why. They've got two green wires and one red wire. This is the output side, about 1600 volts. I'll cut off the smaller one because I don't need that, and I will use the longer one. The little hole there already there that I'll feed both wires through, and yeah, then I'll solder it back into place. Okay, that's really close. Because the soldering iron is so painful, I'm not going to film me actually soldering it together, but what I've got is I've got some of this real thin wire. There's two strands twisted together there. You sort of can't see that. Two strands twisted together, which I'm going to solder one to one end of the wire, the other to the button, the little momentary switch there, and that's going to run to my hand, to my thumb, and back. Okay. See you after about 37 rage quits. Well, that took way longer than necessary to solder. That thing, soldering iron, it's a piece of crap. It goes hot and cold, and hot and cold. But I got there after about an hour, something like that. But it's soldered together. You got a little switch here. It all works. Enough, yeah, you can see that little tiny light there. Little tiny light. So, what's going to happen is the watch is going to sit there with this coming over here. I can click it. It's blurry because it's not focusing. But that's just going to go there. I still need to find a way to hide these wires too because it's sort of obvious. But it all works. Now all I need to do is poke some holes through this plate to put the LED light through and these two wires. Probably shouldn't touch them like that because I'll accidentally get zapped. Anyway, so I'll do that and then I'm pretty much done. Actually, no. I need to put the straps on. But that'll be done with hot glue later. Alright, let's go. Don't play with fire, it's bad. Yeah, that's hot enough. I think red hot will melt plastic. It doesn't, this is some wacky plastic. Okay, a little hole there for the LED indicator light. I need to clean it up, and then it'll fit over, and then I just need the wires to, well, make somewhere for the wires to go through. I'll do that and I will be back. I also discovered this. This could be a bit of a problem. The time it's displaying there isn't correct, but, well, that's because it just got reset. This may be a problem. If I turn it on, the watch goes out and then has to reset. So I can't really think of a way to get around that. It turns back on. It just obviously doesn't like the electrical discharge of that much power, or voltage I should say. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. I mean, I could wrap it in lead, but that's kind of overkill. I think I'll just leave it. If it breaks the watch, well, I mean, it's the cheapest, crappiest watch I could find. But, yeah, it's a little annoying. Hopefully, I just can't speak. Hopefully, I'll never have to use a taser for that to happen. If the taser's on, so if I turn it back on, if it's on and I just have it turned on, it doesn't mind. It's just still works like normal. But yeah, as soon as it gets tased, as soon as the taser is used, it just dies. So fun. I have to reset it every time I use the taser. Or I just don't reset it. Actually, no, I still want to use it as a watch. Never mind. Rightio. That's how it looks all assembled. Well, I've just got to put the watch in, little watch part in. But that's all the electronics done. Everything's done. All I need to do is attach the straps on both sides there and do a bit of hot gluing. A lot of hot gluing. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, that's all I gotta do, and find a couple more washers to put in between the battery terminals, so this little bit, the wire here, actually stays in place, and so it has constant connection, because that's often the problem. It's connected now, but sometimes that light won't turn on, it won't work, because this isn't connected. For example, it's not turning on, because that's not connected. So all I need to do is that, put the straps on, and then I can go tase myself, because nobody else is willing to get to touch it. So, yay. I'm excited for it. Right. It's done. Fits nicely. Got the band glued on. Nope. There we go. Better. So what I've done is I've hot glued the watch strap on there. I've also hot glued this blue wire on to the same bit. On this side, I've hot glued the two battery terminals, well, the battery holder things in place so they don't just come out. I've hot glued the wires on so they don't move. I've hot glued up the button switch here, and I've hot glued it to there so it doesn't bend and break off. I've hot glued that on to there and there, the strap, and it's pretty much done. I can pull that off. Then I've got just two screws through there with the wires going up to the top two terminals there, and that pushes on. The wires are in the way. Just with it. Pushes on like that. It just sits on there. This top one also pushes on, but that one's got nothing. It's only got the capacitor. You can only see the capacitor underneath it. It's on there. And well, it works. There we go. That focus mechanism is very loud. I just noticed. Anyway, so it works. And I've already tested it on myself a couple of times, but so you can see it's on when the red light's on. There we go. And the moment you've probably all been waiting for me to shock myself, and you see it. It's decent. It hurts. Yeah, I don't like doing this. Ow! It hurts. I wouldn't try this at home unless you know what you're doing, and getting zapped by 1,600 volts is not a fear of yours. Go right ahead, but don't hurt yourself, because I don't want to be held responsible. Anyway, all I need to do now is I'm just going to come up with a way with that for the switch to stay in there to keep it tidy. But at the moment, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I'm the Exo-Engineer. See ya. One more thing. Yeah, sorry. I haven't uploaded a video in, what, 3 months? Yeah, sorry about that. I have had no video ideas. By the way, if you've got any video ideas that I could try, something that are simple, easy, and interesting, put them in the comments. Because, as I said, I got no video ideas. Anyway, see ya.